Good morning. So this morning we are going to be talking about sales dynamo. Like you all know that sales is not really about the numbers, it's about impact, connection, and relationship with people. So I have a guest that will be joining me this morning, Director. Yeah, you're welcome, Director Oladeni. So I'll just go ahead and invite him. If you are joining, please send the link to friends, those that you think should learn about sales. We are going to be having a very interesting time together. So before yeah, you're welcome. Good morning, good morning. So before my guest joins me, I just want to say that I said before that sales is not really about the numbers. It's about relationship. As a matter of fact, when we talk about sales, when we talk about closing deals, how to get your dream, how to convince client and all, it's not really about those things. Sales is selling without selling at all, and that's exactly what we're going to be discussing this morning. How to get people to want to get your product without having to be salesy about it. Without having to be salesy about it. Those are the things we're going to be discussing. Now we're going to be focusing on value and not the number. Value over over your price, and then also how to build relationship with your clients such that they become your promoters, such that they go beyond buying your product or using your service. They end up promoting your service for you. That means bringing in referrals for you even when you don't even ask for it. That's what.
Good morning.
Wow, it's good to have you here. You're looking so amazing.
Thank you very much, Coach Penny. Thank you so much for having me here this morning. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Yeah, welcome, Director Timothy. Like I was saying before you came up, I was talking about sales, how that people have viewed sales as a game of numbers. Like people always say, if you are not making money, you are not making sales. I understand that's very true. But however, there are some underlying factors around sales. That's where relationship comes in. That's where offering value comes in. And this morning, we are just going to be dancing around, focusing on value and not the price, and also how to build relationship, with your client. So before I would hand over to you, but before you come in and start talking about the topics we have today, I would like you to introduce yourself for those that are living under the rock, so that they can know you better.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Penny. It's a pleasure having you this morning. So my name is Oladeni Timothy Adelani. So I'm a sales executive. I've been in the coaching industry in the last 10 years, and I've been in sales in the last 6 years. And it has been an amazing time. So I always tell people, so if I would like to choose any profession again in my life, I'll prefer to choose sales because
Yeah.
this has had added value to me and it has given value to people around me. And so in such a way, I'm able to achieve the purpose in life. The success is not determined by the number of cars you have in your garage or the fleet of, the houses that you have built. So success is measured by the quality of life that you're able to touch, the impact. So I'm still having given this kind of opportunity. So thank you very much, Coach Penny. I'm glad to be here.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You mentioned something very profound, that success is not really about the number of cars you have in your garage. But we want cars in our garage, right? We
Yeah,
want to have as
correct.
many of them as possible. But I understand. So I would like you to give us a short story of how I know it's a long journey, 10 years, how you started and where you are right now. What were the key things? What were the key, things, that really worked for you that you can always mention, reflect back on, and, highlight?
Okay, so thank you very much for that beautiful question. But I think let me flash back to 2014 when I passed out of NYC. That was July 2014. So immediately because I passed out from NYC, so I realized that so the best thing for me to do in life is to live a life of purpose. I want to live a life of purpose, so you will need value and you need money. So and I'm a graduate of agricultural science education. So I realized that so if I want to go by that education, I'll end up being a classroom teacher, and I'll be earning maybe between 40,000 to 70,000 per month in Ibadan. So if I come to Lagos, I'll be earning between 70,000 to 150,000. So which I believe that cannot be enough for me. Now, so what I did was, so I needed to add value to myself, and I approached the company. So I told them that I needed an experience in poultry and farming generally. So and fortunately for me, I was given an offer, and they transferred me to the farming in Osun State. So and I was there for like 2 years, or 2.5 years. I was on the farm. But what was very, 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 very paramount to me. So anyway, I find myself, always ensure that I make myself indispensable. I always ensure that I put in my best. And the one good thing that really stand out for me is, so every time I always ensure that I look so clean, so clean. So my clothes I put on, my suits, everything. And I was on the farm as a farm supervisor. You realize that I'll be wearing suits if I tie to the farm to ensure that I look. So I didn't know somebody was watching me. So the director was actually was quietly watching me. And so somebody now resigned from our head office in Ibadan, 2016. So immediately, so he just called the farm manager. So tell Timothy to resume the head office on or before Monday. And
Wow.
my brother. And that was why I came to the office. I resumed to the office 2016. So since 2016 to this, so I've been in the sales. I've been in sales. I was a sales officer for 2 years. So after 2 years, I was on the field. So what really stands out for me is intentionality. So whatever thing I want to do in life, you have to be very intentional about it. And you should not be comfortable with your present situation. So just always aspire for more. Just ensure that you need more value to be added to yourself.
Wow. That was a whole lot. You just compressed like 10 years into 5 minutes. I believe it's a whole lot of ups and downs, challenges and solving problem, adding value and all. So I would like you to dive into the first topic, which is the energy of networking and building relationships. How has that reflected in your own journey?
Okay, so thank you very much. So I would like to define what networking is all about. So networking is the process of establishing and nurturing relationships with people. You establish and you nurture. So when I was in my former place of work, so I was the sales officer that covered the whole country. I was able to network the western part, the northern part, the southern part, the eastern part of the country. So through this, I was able to have the network of people. And one good thing about me is that so I value relationships so much. Now, so this number of people that have already had opportunity and have access to, so these are the set of people I was able to hold in high esteem. So I don't just sell to them, I don't just sell product to them. I sell product to them based on relationship, based on the fact that I will see them tomorrow. I do post-sale services. On the weekends, so those are our bulk buyers, I call them. Those are bulk buyers, I relate with them. Relate with their wife, their husband, their children, and every other people around them. And you know one thing, since I joined sales, I've never touched my salary. So I give from this customer, sometimes by December, a bag of rice, a jerrycan of oil, palm oil, vegetable oil. These are what I've been receiving from them. Sometimes they'll just send shoes to me, send clothes to me. So all these things really goes a long way, and it has been value for me. It has been value for the company I've been working with. And so when I left my former place of work, and this was what I told to the current my employer. So they know that I've worked with a particular company. So and I've been a national sales manager. So I have access to the northerners, to southerners, to easterners, and westerners, and this has been helpful to me. So I think these are what has really stand out for me when it comes to networking with people.
Wow, awesome. Now you mentioned something that I think I love so much, which I think you should expand more on. You said you had relationship with your clients and you had relationship with their family members. Now that's something that is unusual, especially in this part of the world. There are some clients that they only want to deal with you directly. You can't, they limit you to the business you are doing. How are you able to break into having a relationship with their family and their,
Okay, so I posted something on my WhatsApp this morning. I said, so networking is a two-way street. It is about giving and as much as taking. So as African mentality, we only want to take. We don't want to give out to people. And the Bible says it is honorable to give than to receive. Because in giving, that is when you receive. So I was able to so I studied them. So with little money that was earning, so I realized that so the best way to expand myself, my tentacle, is to give that little. If you give out the little, you will earn more. So sometimes, so when they request for a product, so when the driver is going, so I'll just look at what is that thing that is very common in the West. So something that was common was maybe snail. Snail was very common in the West here because we are in the rainforest zone. So I will buy snail, pack it, and give it to the driver. Give it to this one when he gets there. So now doing this thing consistently. So if I'm dealing with a woman, the other will ask me, who is this person that is sending this note to you? Who is this person that is sending this to you?
Wow.
Eventually, so that I pick interest in this guy. I want to know this. How like and so if you
Okay, I'm losing your audio. I'm losing your audio. I'm I okay. So you can try to say something. It seems the network over there is fluctuating.
I
Okay.
think a call was coming in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think so. What I was saying was, so I have a particular client in the southern part of the country here. So I will not mention the name of the person. So when I inherited the zone from my predecessor, so they have issue. That particular client had issue with my predecessor, and what was the issue? The issue was, so my predecessor was not loyal. My predecessor was not submissive. So I know the angle that is coming from. I know what these people need. What does this my client need? He needs somebody that is very loyal to them, somebody that's very submissive, somebody that anytime they call on you, you answer them. Now, so anytime I'm going to the farm, I'll buy bread. So I'll buy bread.
As common as bread, right?
As bread. I'll buy bread. So
Wow.
share it. I will not give it to the manager, to the organs. I will share it among the supervisors. I'll buy some recharge cards, 200 recharge cards, 100 recharge cards, give it to the farm attendant. So they are my eyes on that farm. So any information that I need, they easily supply. You get?
Wow.
So I was able to use it to penetrate. And you know what? Funny part, in the last 4 years, I've never used $1 to buy egg. So that farmer has
Egg, yeah, you mentioned that.
So that farmer has given me an opportunity that every month
Every
they have
month.
to give somebody either a crate or 2 crates of eggs. So in the last 4 years, I've never bought eggs. So they
4
give me
years.
eggs,
Wow.
get free of charge. So apparently, so I was saying that networking is a two-way street. It is about giving and as much as taking. So Nigeria's African mentality wants to receive, you don't want to give. And you don't know that in giving, that is when you will receive. So if I calculate, let's say I use just maybe $1 to buy bread. At the end of the day, they will give me eggs that worth $10. You get? So you just give out. So people should learn how to give at every point in time. So I think that's what I have to take for that. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's awesome. I think every business owner needs to learn this, that your clients are not just supposed to patronize you, give you money for the service you are providing for them. You should be able to think outside the box and give give back something that they are not even paying for. Imagine using bread. This person said bread for
For
information.
information.
And it will go a long way to affect. I also had a story of a lady. She has been patronizing our service. So when she got married, I requested for their wedding picture. I did a frame for her. She got the frame and she loved it so much. She was not expecting it at all. And right now, when we had to increase price, she's now among one of our top, clients. When we had to increase price because of the economy, she didn't pull back at all. She just felt this is and when she changed location, she had to inform us that she's changing location. Hope we can still service her. And we said yes. We had to increase the delivery fee. Yet she still continued, patronizing us. And I felt within myself that it was because of that frame. And I'm sure that the frame had herself and her husband. I'm sure that the husband will have heard the story of this my service provider having all kinds of things, and I can relate with that story so much. So basically, aside relating with your clients, are there ways we can use relationship to get the client? Now you spoke about how to use relationship to maintain the client. How can we use relationship to get clients?
Okay, so relationship in everything is key. And somebody said, so relationship is not about collecting contact. It's about network is about collecting contact. It's about building relationship with people. So ensure at every point in time to ensure that you are part of your client's business. So make yourself part of the business. So anywhere I find myself, when I'm talking to my clients, when I'm talking about their business, I don't say your business, I say our business. So the sense of belonging is there. I want to tell you for free. If I go to Gomosho today, So in an hotel, there's a room that is allotted to me. I don't pay for accommodation when I
Wow.
go to Bomasho.
Wow.
So anytime I'm
Please
in
tell us the
Bomasho,
story. Tell us the story of that. How did that happen?
okay. So it is that same farm. So
Okay.
anytime they need, so I made myself indispensable to the extent that if they want to buy anything outside what I'm selling, they have to consult me, they have to ask me because I'm always there. So, and because of where I was coming from, where I worked, I have clusters of input dealers, input suppliers, raw material suppliers. I have a lot of contacts. So they know that just a single call, they have already reached me. And one thing about my philosophy is, so there was a day I was telling my mom. I told my mom, I said, we can sell anything, even to the level of shit. So anytime anybody just put a call to me, say, Timothy, do you have this? I said, okay, yes, I have, but just give me 5 minutes. So that 5 minutes, I used to research for who are those people that have access to those information, that have those things. So they asked me, do you sell this? Do you sell shit? I said, so which one? Is it soft or hard? Is it dry or cold? So you get,
Wow.
so people know that. So anytime they need, so I proper solution to their needs. So people want to they want to get something with ease without stressing themselves. We don't like stress. You just need somebody that can just get something for you with ease and deliver it to you. So anytime that client calls me, so he calls, Timothy, kindly meet me in Ogbomoso in the next 2 days. I will be there because that is part of my job. So now he now realized that, so I've been coming around, I've become the part of family. Anytime they have party in Lagos, they have party in Abuja, they invite me, we go to party together. And anytime I'm in Ogbomoso, we tell me that you don't go and rent an hotel. So there's a room for you to go place. That's where you'll be sleeping. And that's how
Wow, awesome. So I'm looking at your journey, and it's so interesting to know that you were able to build relationship from your past job, and you're able to overlap it or bring it to your new job. You're able to carry those relationships along your journey. Now, I'm looking at it another way. Perhaps there are people on this, live session, or people that watch it later, and they're thinking, we don't have the opportunity to, work where you work. We don't have access to that kind of contact, premium clients. We are just business owners. After school, we started our own business. How do we go about getting these quality clients? Take, for instance, when you just finished your NYSC, you started a business, and seemed like everybody around you were just family and friends. Nobody's really doing the level of business that would have serviced you better, or that you'll have serviced better. So how do we start? What's the starting point of building this huge network of people?
Okay, so thank you very much for such a beautiful question. It's a beautiful one. But so I would like to say that, so as a starter, so one thing that we should think about is learning, not earning. Learning, not earning. So learning will never end. Learning has value to you. Learning stand you out. Learning makes you a point of contact. But earning will end. If they don't appreciate your value, they will terminate your appointment.
Wow.
If they don't appreciate what you are giving, they will terminate your appointment. But the learning, what you have learned over time, becomes part of you, and that becomes an experience. An experience, they say, is the best teacher. So anytime you are dishing out information, so they will know that this person is not reading from the book. This person has gone through the process. And if people will not celebrate the process, they will celebrate the product. But in everything that one wants to do as a starter, ensure that you add value to yourself. Ensure that you solve one or two problems. Ensure that you think ahead of other people. Think ahead. I'll share you a little story too. So when I graduated, so in that particular office, I'm not worthy of applying for such a position because I am an science education. They needed animal scientist or veterinary doctor. Now I applied. So my intention was, let me just go there to go and meet the manager. If I can learn from them. I didn't have intention of any, to be honest with you. I didn't have the intention of any couple. I said I needed to learn. I needed to add value to myself. So I approached them. I said I want to see the manager. I said, you cannot see the man. Do you know him? I said, I don't know him. I don't have his contact. So then, what do you want? I just needed to see him. He said, if you are looking for a job, go on that application and submit it. So eventually, so they directed me to the HR. So when I got to the HR, I said, sir, I want to be working for your company for free. The HR, I am telling you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly well.
So I told them I needed to do for them for free because I knew what I wanted. What I wanted was value. What I wanted was value addition. What I wanted was information. I needed to learn as fast as I can. So this time I said, I thought that kind of education. I can't work here, and they can't give me job. I can't work for them for free because I'm a graduate. I need to settle my bill. I need to eat. I said they should not bother. And at that time, I was doing a petty business. The petty business I was doing, I was supplying egg. If you know Ibadan very well, so Ibadan from Iyano Church. So I would drive down to Vanguard. At that shop method that is there, I will pick eggs. Use Kekemora to pick the eggs. I would drive down to Alakia, Ishebo. I would distribute eggs. So that was where I was earning as little as at that time. Now, so I told them that I was doing a petty business. So feeding is not an issue. So the man now said, can I come back the following? Okay, now that I should wait. So I waited for almost 6 hours. It did not return. I waited for 6 hours. So it did not return. So when he returned, he said, Timothy, I'm here. He said, okay, can you come tomorrow? I said, no problem. Early in the morning, 7:30, I've resumed to their gate. So he resumed, he met me. Timothy, I said, yes, I'm here. Okay, follow me to our office. So I followed him to the office. When I got to the office, he said, sit down. So what do you want? I said, sir, I want to be working for free. I need knowledge. I need information. I need practical experience. Now I said, no, for you, we cannot. But one thing I will do is just go and pray. So now minutes to my TV. Go and pray. One day you'll be called for an interview. 3 weeks down the line, I was called for an interview. Out of 15 people that applied, I was the only one that studied agricultural education. And I was part of 4 people that was picked. So at the final stage of the interview, we have to meet with the technical director and managing director. So when I met with them, they said I cannot rep. Let me close this door. So I cannot rep. So they now so they said I cannot rep, but I can I go to the farm? I said yes, I'll go to the farm. And that was why they just catapulted me to the farm. And eventually they started with 35,000 naira.
Wow, 35K. Wow.
35K. So I told them I didn't need. I was not ready for any. I was ready for learning.
Wow.
So for startup people, so let them start with learning, not with earning. So once they start learning, so the learning will navigate them to people that are very important to their life. They'll start meeting people. They'll start connecting people. And once they have met with people, don't just meet people on the basis of meeting them. Begin to understand them, solve their problems, solve their identify the needs in their life, solve those needs. All my clients today, if they need anything, they will call on me. When I started with set of me, I started with
Okay.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, I had a call.
Okay, no problem.
So I didn't start with the intention of making money. I started with the intention of learning and adding value to me. So let people learn how to add value to themselves and how to start learning. So thank you very much, sir.
Wow, thank you so much. That story was so interesting. And I also, one thing I took out from the story was that you wanted to work for free, not minding whether or not they are even interested in taking you. And you were very intentional. You were there very early in the morning. You stayed late, the day before. And they even told you to go back, and it took 3 weeks for them to call you back. That was awesome. If I was the employer, I would have employed you also, because it's more of the value you can offer than employing you for a role. So let's dive into the second aspect, focusing on value and not price. So when it comes to sales or when it comes to selling, you have your own price and your client is negotiating lower. And based on the process or the amount or the cost of the product, you can't sell for that less. What do you do? There are different kinds of clients. There are some that they only buy based on price. There are some that they buy premium. But when it comes to pricing, you sell, perhaps you are distributing egg for a crate for 4K. and the client is saying, I only want to buy for 3K. How do you handle it?
Okay, so so they say price is what you pay for and value is what you get. So price is what you pay for and value what you get. Of what you sell. They patronize because of your brand and because of you. So you have to take sales to the level at which people will not see what you are selling. They will be buying you. You are their brand. You are representing them in your company. You are representing what they need. As of today, so anytime we increase our price, so some of my clients, appreciate number of my clients, my customers, they'll just say me, Timothy, they say you have increased your price. I say, yes, we have increased it. Pay, please. But they understand the value that our product comes with. And so anytime they want to go to another place to go and buy products, the product they are buying cannot give them the value our products will give them. Sometimes I'll just tell them, just try it. This product is very cheap. Go and buy it. When they buy it, so many times they're beating their fingers. They burnt their fingers because of less quality. So at every point in time.
Okay, your video is not so clear again. I don't know if it's from my end or from your end. Can you see me clearly?
Yes, I can see you very, very clear.
So your video is not so clear again, and I would love that. Or can you mute your video and on mute, turn it up and turn it on? Or perhaps it's my network. Okay. Hope you didn't leave the call or the live session. All right. I mean, having an awesome time with Director Timothy, sharing a story about how he has been able to build relationship with his clients, using bread to get information, like someone said, carrying his clients along his journey. Many of us, we leave our clients off the journey. We don't carry them along. And he also mentioned the fact that he didn't only build relationship with his clients, he built relationship with his client's family, which is amazing. That is, there is now an emotional connection between himself and his client, such that anytime they need anything, they will have to reach out to him, because now they've gotten to trust him. They now believe in what he can offer. They believe in the value he provides. You also mentioned the fact that, it's not about price, but about value. He has become the value he offers, not the product. And that is why he can send, he can sell anything aside what, what he sells for his company. And that has been awesome. Perhaps you're a business person, you have not been carrying your client along your journey. Is very important to ensure that they are part of your journey and you offer them as much value as you have. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for him to join back. Perhaps his network, messed up along the way. So he also mentioned the fact that he does things that, that are not expected. For example, you run a business, your client patronizes you, pays for the service, you offer the service. That's supposed to be the end of the service. But going an extra mile, giving gifts to your clients, attending their program, promoting their business, man, that's awesome. If there's no client you do that for that will not appreciate you, that will not want to stick with you, because they now know that there's an offer or there's a value you offer that is beyond the business or the transaction. So many times we major on the transaction, we forget the relationship. But he has been able to combine the transaction with the relationship, and that's been awesome. I think that has worked for him so well. Thank you so much, and welcome back, Director Timothy. You were talking about price, that you have become the value you now offer to your client, and that point is major for me. You can go ahead if you have.
All right, so thank you very much. So I'm so sorry I had a call, so I have to leave. Yeah, so I was talking about, so if your product is $1, people will tell you that it's too expensive. Okay, if it is $5, it is too expensive. So anybody that wants to buy from, every time human wants are insatiable, they will tell you that your product is expensive. So don't focus on the price. So you tell them, so you dish out what value your product stands to gain. And as a salesman, you don't condemn your competitor's product. You don't condemn it. At every point in time, So you spell out the value they can get from your product. Take a very good example. So I work with a company that will sell animal feed. Now, in our premise is the most expensive in the country at the moment.
Wow.
And people still buy. Why do they buy? So let's say, for instance, you are feeding your animal with 125 grams in a particular premium. You feed the animal with 112, 113 grams. You have already reduced the consumption. So when animals feed our premium, the consumption tends to be less and the production goes higher. So you don't let people focus on what we are selling, what the price additional. You let them realize that this and what the benefits that you gain when you buy my product. And above all, ensure that you have a smooth relationship with your clients. When you become part of their business, when you are innovating with their business, when you identify need in their business, when you attend to their needs in their business, they will see you as a part of the business. Thank you.
Wow. Awesome. So if I get you right, what you are trying to say is that when there is a conversation around price, it's not your duty to push the conversation to value and not price. You don't talk about price. You talk about the value they are getting, because at the end of the day, your clients actually want the best value, even though it's expensive. But they have not really thought about it. What they came with when they came to you was the price. Some of them already had a price in mind. So when they came to you, they tell you, okay, this is the amount I want to pay. Until you now change the conversation to value, you now start thinking at that frequency that, okay, I think no, it's more expensive, but how about I look for the money and get the best value? Because at the end of the day, when you give them lesser value for lesser price, they end up blaming you and they feel bad that, and they even come to you and mention the fact that, why don't you tell me that I can get something better for a better price? The difference is not much, something like that. Wow, awesome.
I would like to chip in something. So you run a cleaning service, right?
Yes.
Yes. So as somebody that has run such a business, now after you have cleaned the apartment, so if it is how that it has not been furnished, you get, so just tell your client, when are you packing in? So how can we help you? And I have a truck that can help you to pack your load. So anytime you're packing, so I can make myself available. So to come to arrange maybe your living room, your bedroom. So you know that you are adding additional service, not that you are just cleaning the apartment. So get the contact of people that I mean the truck drivers that can help them to transport their luggage from their former house to their new house. If it is an existing house, ensure that the house is well arranged, even to the level that, you know, when we left this house, it was not well arranged like this. So they will not think of anything, they think of you. So anytime, and from there, there will be referral. Yeah, who help you to clean your house? It is a magic company that help us to do it. So who help you to do this? So you get referral based on the value they have in people's lives.
Wow, awesome. One last question I will ask before I allow you go this morning. I believe that in every business, despite the fact that you try to offer quality service, deliver on time, offer value, things still go wrong. There are sometimes that you tried your best, but it's just out of your hand. You offended your client, you didn't deliver as you promised, not because of you, perhaps there are other factors that affected it. So that could affect the relationship. How do you amend it? Is there a way to amend it, or how do you manage the situation? Do you say don't pay, or what are the things that worked for you in the past to rectify the situation?
Okay, so thank you for that. It's a very lovely question. It happens a lot. So there was a time I got a farm, and the owner of the farm, so there was an issue. So they needed our product and it was not available. Yeah, our product was not available. So they had to go and buy another product. So when they got that product was not good enough for them, and it affected their production. It affected their farm. So the following time when I got to the farm, so they asked me that, lock most out of this farm. Don't allow me to come into the farm. The first time I went there, they don't allow me. The second time I went there, they don't allow me. So I started calling, I started sending messages, and that was why I told you that ensure that you relate very well with your client, even with their family members. So, and I just called the man's wife. I said, man, it wasn't our fault. It is the fault from the port. So our product was not released on time, and that was why we ran out of stock. And the wife listened to me, and she approached the husband. And the following time, when I got to the farm and I was allowed on the farm, you know, that very day,
Wow.
they gave me 4 live chicken that should be taken home.
Wow.
So somebody that
Wow.
rejected me for the first time, for the second time, for the third time, and allowed me into the farm at the first time. So people get we usually quit. We usually quit stuff when the situation is not palatable. So we usually quit. No, this place is not meant for me. It's not meant for me. It's not meant for me. And like I said,
No.
people will not understand. They will not celebrate the process. They will celebrate the product. So the period which I have been going consistently, the first, the second, the third, my messages, my call, people did not see it. But people realized that at the end of the day, I was able to still win that farm for the company. So in a situation like that, to ensure your smooth relationship with your client will stand out for you. So your problem solving skill will stand out for you, because when you make yourself indispensable, they think about 2-3 things. They remember you. They will not want to leave you at any point in time. Timothy can get this for us. Timothy can solve this problem. Timothy knows who can get this thing for us. They will easily die on number. And one thing I tell people is the reason why people are calling you because of the value they're adding to them. If you don't have any value to people, they will not call you. They will not relate with you. You become a burden on them. Thank you very much.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Now I'm getting to understand it when you say you are intentional. It's easy to say I'm intentional, but when you hear the story, you now understand what it means to be intentional. Calling somebody over and over and over again, sending messages. And I believe that the farm is not at your backyard. Most likely you have to drive to the place. That's costing you fuel, costing your time, the fact that they rejected, they didn't allow you enter, all kinds of things. And, it's possible that at the end of the day, they won't still allow you to enter. That means all your effort has been wasted. Yet you didn't still consider that. You felt, okay, I'll just do what I can do as much as I can do it. And that's a level of intentionality. I think that when people think about business, they think it's just transaction. Now, everything I've discussed here is that we've never mentioned anything like transaction. We're only talking about relationship and value. So I'm urging people that I've considered sales to be convincing your clients. We have to rethink what sales means. Sales is not about convincing your clients. It's about serving them, being intentional, offering value upon value to the point that they now trust you. You have become part of their family. For me, one of my takeoff today is to begin to relate with my clients beyond them, getting to relate with their family. Because see how you call the wife and the wife intervened and the husband now, opened up to you. That was amazing. That was amazing. I would like to end this here so that it doesn't shoot beyond 1 hour, but I really appreciate your time. So yeah, I would request that you give us your parting word. What do you advise, small business owners? When I look at you, you have achieved, to an extent a lot. But when you also look at the numbers behind it, 10 years is not play, it's not joke. You understand? But for those that are just starting out, aside what you have said, what's your parting word for them? What should they start focusing on? Aside the fact that you've mentioned that they should start focusing on learning and not earning, what else do you want to advise small business owners?
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for training. Because I've been an amazing time with you this morning. So I would like to tell you that this is the first Instagram live ever in my life.
So the thing is that I've brought so many people on Instagram live, and that was the first time they were doing Instagram live. They count numbers of people like that, and I'm really glad you're doing this, and we'll do more of this.
No problem. So I would like to say that. So I think last month October, this month October 1, I was invited by Umera Boot 3.0 to come and share my success story. So where I started and so where I am and where I'm going to. But so where I came from, so I would like to tell you that I was born and bred in Isai local government, where we call socialization. So socialization is a process whereby cultural value has been transferred from one generation to another generation. So that's the way we pronounce things from where I came from. So the intentionality, so self-development, have actually made me who I am today. So, and I want to tell something. I was born premature. I was born 7th month. So now, when I realized I was born 7th month, I realized there's a lot for me. So I needed to build up myself. I needed to improve on myself. So what I'm saying in essence is that. So people should not allow their background to put their bag on the ground. People should see beyond the current situation. People should see beyond what they are earning presently. People should see beyond their current bank account. So ensure that people around you, a wise man once said, you cannot become a king's friend when he's on the throne. You become a king's friend when he's a prince.
Wow.
So there are so many people around us today that we don't value. There are so many situations around us today that we don't value. There are so many areas that we have gone to today that we don't value. And they say at every state of Nigeria, of Africa, there are money. But it all depends on the ability to be able to recognize it. Pay attention to details. Relate with people around you. Treat them very well. Treat people around you very well. If you treat people very well, they'll bring that money to you. And I'm talking to you, there's somebody I just ordered. Ask her what I'm selling in the company. So Allah has entered my account. As I enter my account, my account as I'm talking to you now.
Wow.
Awesome. And I verify from somebody from Ekiti State. And in Lagos, somebody is in Ekiti State. And he's giving money as early as possible this morning. So three things I would say is, number one, treat people around you very well. You don't become a king friend when they are on the throne. You become their friend when they are free. That's one. So number two, ensure that at every point in time, so you treat people around you very well. When you treat people around you very well, they'll give you the leverage. They'll give you more contact. They'll give you referral. And then lastly, intentionality is the key to anything in life. Success.
Awesome.
Intentionality. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You delivered value beyond my expectation. The reason why we are having this live session is because I'm writing a book on sales, which is called Sales Dynamo. And I wanted to get a real life experience after adding my own experiences.
I think the last one thing I need to draw.
Go ahead.
So one thing I need to drop is so I want to talk about the comfort zone and your current situation. Always aspire, dream to meet more, to meet new people, new environments, attend conferences. 2022 December. So I just asked Timothy, you have never won any award in your life. I've never won any award in my life. And I said, now what can I do? So and I attend one of the biggest churches in Ibadan, Pentecostal church, Harvest House. So that's the church I attend. I have a lot of people there. So and I met somebody who's barrister for me. So that is a JCI senator for me, Abiodun. And I woke up to him. So it was at our what's it called? Our welfare. We have a welfare department in the church. So after the church, they sell donuts, kunu, zobo, and the like. So I woke up to him. I wanted to buy zobo. I said, sir, good afternoon. My name is Timothy. I would like to meet you. So I paid for what he bought. Just about 500 worth of the drink and the snack. I paid for it. After paying for it, I said, please don't pay. I've paid already. And I said, please, can I meet you? And I met with him. I will talk. I said, please, can you be my mentor? He said, no, I cannot be your mentor, but we could mentor ourselves. And that was when I got his contact. When I got his contact, so, and he now posted JCI about the list. He posted JCI on the status. This is JCI now. I've been JCI when I was in college. When I was in university, I did not get JCI. So, and it was one that sent the intending members group to me. I joined February 2023. I was inducted as a JCI member in JCI by the list.
Awesome.
To cut the long story short, my first award came at November 2023. I got my first award as the most outstanding new member of the year.
Wow.
that
was at the convention, right?
Yes, convention and investiture. So, and after that, as I'm talking to you today, I've gotten like 4 awards. 4 awards. Wow. So awesome. From different people, and yes, I've given me a soft landing that first has been happening to me. I've never been on radio. I've never been on IG. I've never been on I've never won an award. I've never been a speaker. Because to sit on the screen like this, always fear me because I'm a shy person.
Wow.
So, ensure that you leave your comfort zone, meet new people, network, build relationships, and the one thing that will give you those leverages is intentionality. Don't tell yourself, I'm not comfortable with this situation I am going through. I'm not comfortable here anymore. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very interesting. And the thing is that we met at JCI Ibadan Elite also. And the way the local organization is, it has helped us to be very unique. It has brought out our personality. It has connected us to people. Imagine if I didn't join JCI, we wouldn't have met. And we have had several discussions, which I believe that in the near future we're going to be doing something great together. And then, I'll be writing, I'm currently writing a book, which I'm almost done. And of course, I'll be putting the link of this video in the book and, sharing your story with a lot of people. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a blessing joining JCI also.
Yeah.
And I believe that there's a whole lot. I also, at the national convention, I also met, a senator that we ended up working together. That was awesome. Right now, he's presently in Taiwan and he's sending us, things to work on for him. And it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate. I know we still have pending discussions. We're going to be unfolding them small, but I really appreciate your time and the value you have offered to our audience. And if you're in Ibadan or you're in any part of the world and you feel you want to be part of this local organization, I think you should check. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Director Timothy Wood. We will link you up to the one closest to you. Thank you so much, Director Timothy. I really appreciate. So I'm going to be posting this video and perhaps collaborate with you. Please accept so that you can be on your feed also. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you very much, Kosemi. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure being on the first IG live ever in my life.
Wow, awesome.
So thank you
take care.
for that time. So, bye for now.